This is the case of the people of the state of Colorado versus James Egan Holmes, case number 12CR 1522. The record should reflect that Mr. Holmes is present with his attorneys, Ms. Brady, Mr. King, Ms. Nelson, Ms. Higgs, and Ms. Spengler, and the people are represented by Mr. Orman, Ms. Pearson, and Ms. Titch McGuire. At about 9:55, the jury sent out a note that I have marked as question number 1 during jury deliberations in phase 2 of the sentencing hearing. It reads as follows: the jury has reached a verdict on all counts. And then just a few minutes after that, they sent out another note that I have marked as question number 2 during jury deliberations in phase 2 of the sentencing hearing, and it reads as follows: we made an error on verdict forms for count 1 and count 2. We request replacement copies of these. Would you please give them copies of the questions? I have 2 proposals. One of them reads as follows: dear members of the jury, this is in response to your request for replacement copies of the verdict forms for counts 1 and 2. You indicated in your note that you made an error on the verdict forms for these counts. Rather than submit replacement copies of these verdict forms, the court asks that you correct any error or errors by hand and have the foreperson place his initials next to each correction. The other proposal reads as follows: dear members of the jury, this is in response to your request for replacement copies of the verdict forms for counts 1 and 2. You indicated in your note that you made an error on the verdict forms for these counts. Your request is granted. However, the court asks that you keep the original verdict forms for counts 1 and 2. Further, the court asks that the foreperson put a large X through each page of each form with the foreperson signature in the top right-hand corner of each page. Would you please distribute copies of the proposals